There is a belief most people grow up with that quietly abandons them along the way. The belief that intelligence is the ultimate advantage. That if you can think clearly, see patterns, solve problems, and turn ideas into outcomes, life will eventually reward you. In a closed system, that belief holds. But you don't live in a closed system. You live at the intersection of two, and at that intersection, a different law takes over. Because reality keeps interrupting the story. Highly intelligent people stagnate. Less impressive minds advance steadily. Not because intelligence failed, but because intelligence was never the full system. What determines outcomes is not intelligence alone, it is alignment. And alignment does not replace intelligence, it outruns it. Every human life operates within two environments at the same time. The first is internal environment. This is where intelligence lives. Your thinking capacity, your emotional regulation, your discipline, your creativity, your ability to convert thoughts into potential. Within this environment, intelligence is sovereign. Personal effort correlates with improvement. Practice refines skill. Learning increases control. The second environment is the external environment. This is where opportunities exist. Talk about jobs, markets, institutions, social systems, power structures, network of people. This environment does not belong to you. Control here is distributed, systemic, and indifferent. And this is where most intelligent people miscalculate. They optimize the internal environment and assume the external one will respond. It doesn't. There are outcomes that intelligence can control and outcomes that intelligence cannot control. Think of the internal environment as a precision workshop. Intelligence is the master craftsperson. It designs, it fabricates, it refines. Its output is potential, a flawless skill, a brilliant strategy, a perfect component. The external environment is not a workshop. It's a marketplace, an ecosystem, a complex machine. Its rules are not fabrication. They are selection, exchange, amplification. The system does not ask, how brilliant is this? It asks, does this fit? Does this stabilize? Does this integrate? Does this propagate? The intelligent person often assumes the marketplace runs on workshop rules. They arrive with a perfect component, confused when there is no obvious lot for it. They optimized for internal excellence and unfortunately produced external irrelevance. The connections between these two environments is not automatic. It is an interface, and it is the most important system you will ever manage. This interface rests on three pillars: signal, rhythm, and protocol. Signal is language intelligence is coded in. It could present as academic rigor in a street-smart industry or artistic depth in a matrix-driven organization. Misaligned signal becomes static, and static is expensive to translate. Now to rhythm. Rhythm is timing. Your internal environment may produce in bursts of brilliance. External systems run on cycles. Talk about deadlines, meetings, quarters, cadence. A perfect insight that misses the cycle is noise. Protocol is the rule of exchange. Inside the mind of an intelligent person, merit rules. But outside, the rule may be seniority, reciprocity, trust, social proof, risk mitigation. Ignoring protocol isn't rebellion, it's disconnection. When this interface is poorly configured, intelligence does not translate. It dissipates as friction, frustration, and wasted cycles. You are not competing with people, you are competing with the system itself. Why do intelligent people lose momentum? Highly intelligent people often overinvest in mastery and underinvest in calibration. They assume, if I'm good enough, the world will adjust. The world does not. Systems do not bend for brilliance, they reward fit. So intelligence becomes insight without access, skill without platform, capacity without demand, overthinking without traction. This is not a failure of intelligence, it is failure of alignment. Alignment is engineered, not discovered. Alignment is not agreement, not obedience, not pretending. Alignment is architecture. It is the deliberate engineering of the interface between your internal output and an external system. This requires three forms of work. First, audits. You must map how the system actually rewards the behavior, not the brochure, the reality. What is the true currency? Predictability, risk reduction, speed, compliance. Audit requires observation, not judgment. The second is translation. You configure your output, without corrupting its integrity by the way, into the system's signal, rhythm, and protocol. Packaging insights into usable formats. Pacing creativity to delivery cycles. Framing ambition as systemic benefits. This is signal optimization. The third is integration. The daily unglamorous calibration. We're talking about listening before asserting, formatting before innovating, timing ideas for when they can land. This work feels beneath the intelligent mind. That is precisely why it separates outcomes. At the micro level, alignment looks like choosing environments that reward your strengths, regulating ego so collaboration remains possible, managing emotions so intelligence isn't sabotaged, adapting communication without self-betrayal, slowing down to stabilize the system, especially your internal environment, which is directly under your control. This is not shrinking yourself, it is shaping yourself for flow. At the macro level, alignment builds systems that survive pressure. Aligned systems absorb shock, demands shift, failures occur, and all this without collapse. This stability doesn't come from brilliance, it comes from harmonization. Clear roles, compatible incentives, built-in buffers, shared direction. This is why aligned teams outperform genius individuals, and why aligned institutions outlast visionary founders. Persistent misalignment has a price. The system prices in your friction. You become difficult, unreliable, hard to work with, too expensive to maintain, not because you are wrong, but because your coordination cost is too high. Meanwhile, the aligned medium ability person compounds. Their output integrates, their predictability is trusted, their stability is rewarded. The mechanism is neutral, it simply rewards what's fed into it. So we return to the two environments. Your internal kingdom, where intelligence reigns, and the external world, which does not owe you a throne. The bridge between them determines everything. Stop asking only, am I good enough? And start asking, am I legible? Am I timed correctly? Do I fit where I'm trying to operate? Because the world does not reward intelligence in isolation. It rewards what connects, what stabilizes. That is why alignment outruns intelligence. Not because intelligence is weak, but because intelligence without alignment never gets to finish the race.